A house is the biggest purchase of our life. And even if we rent, our choice of where to live will affect our life powerfully every day. However, there are many factors we often underestimate or overestimate when choosing a neighborhood. In this video, I'll be explaining 3 factors where our intuition often falls short, leading to a decrease in life satisfaction or health. And I'll back up what I say with peer-reviewed studies. By the end of this video, you have some good tips on which neighborhoods to look at for your next move, regardless of which city you're in, or whether you rent or buy. First off, commuting time. Commuting time is actually one of the biggest predictors of life satisfaction, even after you control for socioeconomic and demographic characteristics, because people systematically underestimate its importance. One study found that increasing commute time by 20 minutes decreases life satisfaction by about half the difference between singles with and without a partner, or about 20% of the difference between an employed person and an unemployed person. This effect has been replicated in at least a dozen studies. Another study found that when people move from a city with a longer commute to a city with a shorter commute, for example, from New York to Pittsburgh, their decision is influenced by their commuting time in their previous city. Only after they move again within their new city do they revise their commute time. So don't underestimate the importance of commuting time, and don't rely too much on your current commuting time when moving to a new city. People also don't fully realize how much their neighbor's wealth will affect them. As we get richer, we generally want to move to richer neighborhoods, but this can actually make us less happy than before. A study cited 3,000 times found that increases in one's neighbor's income relative to one's own income is strongly associated with lower levels of self-reported happiness, even after controlling for a wide variety of characteristics. People don't realize how much seeing more Ferraris will affect them. In fact, an increase in neighbors' earnings and a similarly sized decrease in one's own income each have roughly about the same negative effect on well-being. So don't assume that moving to a richer area will make you happier. Third, green space. Green space lowers our anxiety, stress, and depression. Trees release phytoncides, which strengthen our immune system. Green spaces also allow for easy exercise, and 80% of Americans don't meet CDC exercise guidelines. In fact, 5 studies have demonstrated a negative association between having green space and mortality. For example, a nationwide study in Canada found that moving from the 25th to the 75th percentile in terms of green space was associated with a 9% decrease in mortality over an 11-year period. Moreover, at least 3 studies have shown that green space accessibility has little to no impact on house prices. In other words, you'd be getting a deal if you buy a place with green space nearby. So before you buy or rent, make sure you consider how near the closest green space is. I hope you found this video useful. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up or leave a comment below. That will make my day.